The third Caribbean NDC Investment Forum and Marketplace opened this morning at the Radisson's Beach Resort under the theme Investing in Climate Action for a Resilient Future. The event brings together policymakers, private sector leaders, representatives from development agencies, and investors to accelerate financing for climate action and resilience building across the Caribbean. The forum aims to build on the successes of previous gatherings as the region works towards implementing second-generation nationally determined contributions NDCCs under the Paris Agreement. In his remark, Dr. Grant Kirkman, team leader of country and private sector engagement within the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, outlined some of the topics being discussed over the 3-day event.
Unlock finance at scale. Pledges here, now, later, and at COP30 should and must translate into more resources through innovative tools like blue bonds, for example, carbon markets, and you hear many more about that these 3 days. Debt for climate swaps, to power renewable energy, climate smart agriculture, resilient infrastructure, but investments must flow equitably to this region. Secondly, we must turn ambition into action. Too many projects linger as ideas. Too much policy support sits and does not move.
Since the adoption of the Paris Agreement in 2015, all 6 independent OECS member states has ratified the treaty committing to ambiguous emission reduction and climate adaptation targets. Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didicus Jules, spoke of the member states' need to build their own lifeboats and not wait for the bigger countries to come to their rescue.
Because the green transition must not be an elite endeavor. It must be accessible. It must be inclusive. The realities of our communities. Friends and colleagues, we are at an inflection point. We are at an inflection point. The Caribbean is often described as vulnerable, but we are also visionary. We are a region of resilience and innovation. From the geothermal fields of St. Kitts and Nevis and Dominica, to the electric bus rollout in Barbados, to the mangrove restoration efforts in St. Lucia, we are already forging solutions.
Minister for Climate Change in Grenada, Karine James, also underscored the importance of the gathering Grenada is hosting this week.
We have heard the many calls from our small island nations on the need to transform the current global financial landscape and architecture to ensure that we are not left behind. The timely and innovative Bridgetown initiative lays out a concrete set of objectives that consider our special small island circumstances. It is up to us to advance this vision into reality. Regional collective leadership is central to the success of our climate agenda. By leveraging platforms like this, we can ensure that the financial and technical support needed to implement our NDCs is accessible and effectively utilized.
The forum, scheduled to end on Wednesday, is sponsored by the Government of Grenada, the European Union Global Gateway, the Caribbean Development Bank, the OPEC Fund for International Development, the Global Green Growth Institute, GIZ, and the NDC Partnership. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.